We're going live. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on another episode of Creator Talk. We have more people joining here, but Nick is on time.
All right. How's it going, guys? Investing engineered, if you don't know me by Nick.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, and I'm Rick. Sorry.
Rick and Nick. That's going to be tough.
Rick. Two Canadians.
I'm going to make sure I'm going to share this out in a couple places as we're coming live and more people come. How many people are in the chat so far, Rick? Can you see?
I've got a few, half a dozen-ish.
Oh, cool. So I'm going to share this out, put it in Gen X's Discord. Nick, are you in Gen X's Discord?
I am not. No,
Oh.
I think I've checked it out, though.
Do it. I just joined it. I
always think this person is you. There's like a Canadian flag on there that's always talking stocks. I'm like, is that Nick?
Oh. I got to check it out for sure. Yeah. Maybe you guys can send me the link after.
Yeah, of course. All right, so Rick, any word from our other three friends?
No, not yet.
Hopefully they don't have the.
They're MIA. They're missing in action right now. So, I mean, we could just pepper spray Nick here with a whole bunch of questions, like 30 of them.
We're ready.
And then he gets one
for David Smolyak and
Passive Income Tom.
Yeah, right? And Jack as well. So, who's been on our show before?
But Nick, your channel to have on. Nick, your channel's really blown up in the last.
Talk about your channel.
2-3 months. You're over 5,000 subscribers now, and hit some viral.
Yeah.
What are you finding the key to your success right now?
Oh man, it's been pretty crazy. I couldn't imagine this growth like from the beginning. I maybe would have guessed I'd have like 1,000 or 2,000 subscribers after a year, Yeah. But I guess it's been a combination of the YouTube algorithm and then I think just putting in sheer effort on editing the videos. I notice whenever I make fast edits and fast cuts, a lot of people like that and they stay more engaged for a longer period of time. Like if you watch one of Graham Stephan's videos, it's super fast paced. There's never a dull moment. So I think that's kind of one strategy that I've been using.
When I realized it's a strategy, actually, someone who was on the show previously blew up this past week. Rodos Jonas.
Huge. Ryan, 1 second. Can you post the link on the side? So David didn't get the link and nor did Tom. You can just post it and click out and join us.
I'm putting it here. But yeah, it brings me to my next question for you, Nick, is that he made 2 videos that had to do with the stimulus package and the money that you may get. And he went from like 300 subscribers to probably like 5,000 in 3 to 5 days. One video had well over 100,000. It's insane. So do you think the timing of the videos had a lot to do with it? Oh
yeah, content wise, it's definitely like you have to be on time. I think I was watching this interview of Graham Stephan with another financial creator, and he was saying he'll research a topic or he'll find out about a topic in the morning before he posts the video and then literally film the video, edit, and do all of the work in 7 hours and then post that video like 8 hours later after he found out about the information. So just putting in that sheer effort to try and find what's trending at a certain time and then being the first one to post so that it's not saturated. Like once a topic is saturated, like passive income or dividend stocks, then not as many people are willing to watch it. But if it's like a market incident or something crazy has happened, then obviously everyone's on board. It's super clickbaity.
Yeah, what's trending? Yeah,
absolutely.
Exactly.
A strategy Dave is asking, and I saw you pop up in the ad. You played around with some ads. What's your what's your feedback from using ads on your videos?
Oh, so when did you see that? Probably like 4 months ago.
A while ago.
Yeah.
A while ago.
So, oh man, I think I put $5 into Google Ads. I just wanted to see how it would work out. And I think I got maybe 30 views on the channel. It's really not worth it in my opinion. And out of those 30 people that viewed, maybe 10 subscribed. So yeah,
that's huge.
Yeah. I've seen other creators do it online too, like just experimenting with Google Ads. And I think part of the fact was that I really didn't know how to create an ad in the first place and really didn't know how to optimize it. So maybe if you have a video ad, then that might be more receptive to people. But overall, I think organic growth is kind of the best way to do it on YouTube. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Going out into your, just outside of your community and your niche and watching other people's videos, genuinely commenting, just connecting that way. It's really time consuming, but it really does. I mean, at the end of the day, you got that quality over quantity, right? So yeah, definitely. I tried the Google ads there for a while and it didn't really seem to work either, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was okay, but it wasn't great. And oh, David.
Hey.
How's it going?
Hey, what's up?
How are you doing? Good?
I'm doing good, yeah.
Excellent.
Sorry for
joining us.
being a little late, but
hey.
Yeah, it's good to join in and add to the conversation in whatever way I can. So
awesome.
Good to see you guys. Yeah.
Awesome. So we're just, Ryan and I will just go through a bunch of questions. We'll just kind of like rotate through you guys. Passive Income Tom should be joining us fairly soon. He just messaged me. And Jimmy Duke, aka Jack, should be here any minute too. So I mean, as soon as Tom joins, I guess we could really just get going with the questions or just carry on the conversation as to how you guys are doing on your channels.
Cool.
Right.
Awesome.
So
sounds good.
Yeah. Tom should be in pretty soon. So
was Tom in the comment section?
I haven't seen him. Anybody see Tom there? No, I haven't seen Tom yet.
I
told him to go there and just do the same thing with David. Just click on the link. Never a dull moment. Never a dull moment. Wow.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, I think we'll just get it started. Then, they should be jumping in shortly. If they're not here, we'll just move on the rest.
You can just jump in. Yeah, continue carry on with the question that we're at. So, Ryan, you're up. You want to go for the first question?
Yeah. Let me pull them. Actually, I wrote them down here. So, but yeah, we'll start with David, and then we'll work our way over to Nick and go from there. So, questions. But yeah, David, we'll start with kind of just a broad question. Actually, let's just do a brief introduction. It's probably the best way to start. So, David, I'm just doing a brief introduction of kind of who you are, why someone should check out your channel, what made you want to start your channel. Just a brief introduction to get everyone here familiar.
Sure. Well, thanks for having me. So a little bit about myself, I guess. So I'm 20 years old. I live in New Jersey, and I junior in college right now. So that's a lot of fun. Classes every single day, trying to juggle the whole YouTube and classes thing. But I major in finance. So a lot of the stuff that I kind of learned through my classes, whatever that might be, I try and transit or provide that value to others through YouTube, I guess. So that's always it's been fun. It's been real. So I just really enjoy it overall. And I've always kind of been passionate about investing in finance. So I just thought it made so much sense to kind of make a YouTube channel. I've always like watched YouTube videos, and I've always like in the back of my head, I was always like, oh, I should try this out. It's out there. It's growing year over year. So I just think that it makes sense to give it a shot. So I gave it a shot, and now it's been really fun, and I really enjoy it a lot. So that's a little about myself. So
yeah, David, I was gonna say I can totally relate to you there. Like just having in the back of your mind, like you want to start a YouTube channel. That's probably been one of my passions over the past 2 years or three to 5 years, honestly. And I haven't started a YouTube channel, so it took until the end of university for me and finally started. So you've got a few years head start on me.
Nice.
So why did you guys? Sorry, go ahead.
I think I was going to ask the same question, but what made you want to start your channel specifically? Was it just dividend investing, or what was the topic that was burning in your mind that I had to do this?
Oh, is that for me or for
Nick?
Oh, Nick. Good. All right.
Yeah. So I am really passionate about investing as well. Like my family has sort of a real estate business. So they do a lot of real estate investing. And my dad throughout the years has been teaching me about it. And just through his influence and under my parents' influence over time, I naturally gained kind of a skill to it and kind of a desire to get into it. Now, with that being said, my family really doesn't do stock market investing. So that's kind of something that I learned on my own and through financial education and so many different channels on YouTube. I was able to learn the basics and then did more advanced learning on the side. And I'm still learning today. I mean, I'm no expert in the stock market by any means, but yeah, it's a passion of mine, and being able to speak more about it online and have viewers that really love to talk about the same thing as me is, yeah, pretty rewarding.
Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
We're going to bring in our friend Passive Income Tom.
Hey. Hey, Tom.
Tom.
Hey, how you doing?
we're just doing an introduction, so you're right on time. So Tom, we'll throw the question to you. You know, what was your driving force onto wanting to start a YouTube channel? What inspired you to do it, and what's your channel all about?
I do a lot of mostly just passive income because I've invested over 25 years. I was trying to share a lot of that on Facebook. You know, I have a lot of friends on Facebook, but then, you know, the audience doesn't really. Some people will understand what you're doing. Other people, there's like, what are you talking about? You know, so. And so I try to find a different channel, and then you know, I think YouTube turned out really pretty well because I've been doing YouTube about a year, give or take. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, guys. Nick and Nick and David. How long you guys had your channels for?
Yeah.
When you started yours?
Yeah, I started in March of last year, so 1 year.
Good.
Yeah.
And then I believe I started mine mid-May of 2019, so it's been 10 months now, just over 10 months. Yeah.
Good for you guys. Good for you guys. So
and what about you guys, Ryan and?
Actually, I started the channel twice. I started one like I never released a video. Like I was making all these videos, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough. But the long and short of my wife's had a channel for actually 2 years now. She has like a successful channel that actually like makes pretty good money. And then just one day I was like, what am I waiting for? I just went for it, and I think that was actually around April. I think I started a little bit before you, Nick.
Oh wow. Yeah, I remember us kind of posting our first videos together.
Yeah, we were on the same time.
I started mine in December of 19, and then my first video was in January. So it took a month later, and I hummed and hawed for a while. Did you guys do the same thing, or did you guys, as soon as you guys started your channel, did you guys do your first video within the first week or two? Just rotate around. Whoever wants to speak, go ahead.
Oh, I can take this one. So I think I wrote out a script, and it took a very long time to produce my first video. Like, took a long time in the editing and everything like that.
Yeah.
But I think I posted it right away, and then it wasn't another 3 weeks until I posted another video. So it was really slow going at the beginning. Like I'd have 2 week gaps, 3 week gaps, and yeah, it was slow going to start. But I think I just started posting consistently as fast as I could, and then yeah, that ended up definitely helping out. I think consistency is like the biggest key to YouTube, and just keeping your audience entertained and knowing that you're still around, you know?
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, David?
Yeah, so I started like my first video or whatever. It was like a Gary V like shoe review or whatever. I was always a fan, as a lot of you guys may be also a fan of Gary V. I saw a lot of his stuff on like Instagram, so I decided to give his shoes a review or whatever. So that was like my first video. And I mean, I think that Nick hit the nail on the head here. It's really just about consistency, and I've been the past month, I haven't really been on my game, really, just because of a lot of like school and like all this other stuff that's been popping up left, right, and center. And I don't want to like sacrifice quality and just like start making videos that don't bring value. So waiting a little bit on that. But I've tried to, in the past, I've tried to kind of post at least once a week of some high quality content. And hopefully be value add to whoever's watching. And that's like the least that I can do for people that are taking the time out of their day to check my videos out. So it's much appreciated on my end. And yeah.
Good. How about you, Tom?
Well, I was doing a lot of Facebook Lives before this, and then I think I got comfortable with that, and then just transition to YouTube, and it's a little different. Not really the same thing. You got to find the right keywords, and then you're put in your thumbnail and everything. So it's a little different, a little bit more work, but like anything, it's like a learning process. Every time you do something, you got to, if you make a mistake, you got to fix it, and don't make the same mistake twice. And like I already mentioned, you got to be consistent, whatever you're doing, putting out your videos weekly or whenever it may be. So.
Yeah, consistency is definitely king, right? Definitely king. So, Ryan, yep.
Yeah. I wanted to ask, how long does it take you guys to do a video from like kind of concept to pressing that publish that time? Like, what's an average video? Or some videos more challenging than others, or what's like the average? How much time do you put into one video?
I would assume we're starting with me.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is something that's really boggled my mind when I actually look at the amount of hours that goes into a video. Usually the preparation stage can last between, typically it'll take about 3 to 4 hours to write out the points and research a video, script it, stuff like that. I try not to write detailed script anymore, like where I'm reading off of the script, because it doesn't really come across as natural. So that saved a little bit of time just doing bullet points and researching. But then getting into the filming stage, so filming takes about 1.5 to 2 hours. Not sure about you guys. Does that sound about right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then by far the editing is definitely the worst part. So it's typically between 6, well, I've gotten a little bit better, 5 to 6 hours for editing. And then, doing the final thumbnail and everything like that, description, another hour. So at the end of the day, it's probably close to 10 to 12 hours.
Wow. For me, I guess I per video, I guess I spend the most time editing. I'm sure it's like it takes a long time to like really do a rough cut and then do like a detailed cut on whatever you're kind of putting into the video. I would say that in aggregate, like total, it would be probably like 4 hours, 5 hours total to make a video from concept to really posting it and doing all the descriptions, tags, doing some keyword research is always important. But yeah, probably like 4 or 5 hours total for like a decently sized video. It really depends on like what the video is about and how much research I'm also putting into the video. So I would just say probably range from like 4 to 6 hours total from start to finish. So yeah.
What about you, Tom?
I plan out. I have all my ideas planned out probably about 2 months, 2 or 3 months out. And so if a different topic comes up, I might change it at the last minute. Yeah. But I pretty much have a schedule. So like the next month, I have an idea what videos I'm gonna shoot for the next month, and then I'll just go and update it as needed. And then just for shooting the videos, I really don't. I don't have a lot of time, so I really try to make my videos quick, right to the point, and then I probably don't spend as much time editing it, but I'm getting better with that. So probably total time I might spend 2 to 3 hours, shooting it, editing it, and then that's pretty much it. 'Cause I really don't. I don't think I'm going to be a great editor, so I just try to keep it right to the point and just get the video out there. So
yeah.
Editing does take a long time, that's for sure, guys. Holy jeez. Yeah. So Team at Hidden Freedom's got a question.
Yeah, let's go to
for Nick. Let's go to that one.
Nick,
shout out from a large YouTuber. He's got some. You got some.
Yeah, he's asking because I mean, like, so your channel's blown up, but I think it's just that you've had really good timing, in my opinion, and high quality. I think it's been.
Yeah. I never got a shout out from what I know. Maybe if I search up my name, I could find someone who shouted me out. But from what I know, I don't think anyone shouted me out. It was very slow going, it seemed, for me at the beginning. Like, I think it took almost 2 months or something like that to get my first 100 subscribers. So, like compared to right now versus at the beginning, it was slow going, as anyone would seem. But, I think like having a few different videos that can blow up will really help your channel. So even if you can have one that gets maybe over 5,000 views or 10,000 views, people are more likely to click on that video or subscribe to your channel. So I don't know, maybe that's helped out in a certain way. Yeah.
That was a question from the viewers. Rick, what questions do you have next? We'll start with passive income Tom here.
Yeah, so did anybody inspire you guys to start your YouTube channels?
Tom, we'll start with you.
Tom, you're up. And we'll go David, then Nick.
No, not really. I think I was just watching some videos early on, and then I was just thinking, I know I just made that transition. So I don't know, because I've done a lot of writing mostly, and then so I don't know. I just made that jump, and I don't know. Nobody really inspired me to do it. So,
David,
it seems like you have some mentors and whatnot. Like it seems like Robert Kiyosaki is a big mentor of yours, or but as far as like your was it just your investing philosophy, or who maybe not just for content creators, but as far as on your passive income journey, who've been some of your big mentors?
It's probably been Kiyosaki. I'm just like everybody. You know, everybody's read Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I just, even though a lot of his books repeat the same story, but I mean, once you get that ingrained in your head, it really does help out, and it really gets, it can be part of your life, and then really makes it think, you know, that's what you really want your life to be. Because you don't want to work, 9 to 5 until you're like into your 60s and so on. You want to, sit back, relax, enjoy time with your family. And then I think, my previous background, I was in the Army, and so I missed a lot of that time because of that. And so now my kids are young, so I got to spend more time with them now. So you really got to find that balance in your life and make it work out for you. So,
yeah.
When you first started out 25 years ago, was there not as much? Now we have YouTube, we have so many different ways. I mean, was there less out there to draw from?
Yeah. I mean, there was no social media when I started investing. I like I said, invested for a while. I think I first started investing in '97.
Wow.
And then, there was no YouTube, there was no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter, nothing like that.
Yeah.
And everything I did, I learned from reading. Reading books, reading magazines. Because my first investment was an IRA through T. Rowe Price, and I had to use to send flyers out of the magazine to them, and they send you back the brochure in the mail. And so I sat there, just read the brochure cover to cover, and I said, well, this is making a lot more money than what I'm making in the savings account. So I just said, let me just try it, and so it worked out pretty well.
Nice.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
No financial education, Jeremy, to give you stock picks, hey?
Nothing. Back in the day, Tom, nothing, eh? It was nothing. Look at the newspaper every day to see how your stocks were doing.
Yeah, he's taken a beating. I think Nick, and I didn't put much into it, but I think CCL is finally starting to rebound a little bit. But
I know. I started a position in that one, and it's down big right now, but I'm sure it'll recover.
Yeah. David, what about you? Who are some of your mentors for starting your channel and your personal finance journey?
Sure. So I guess in terms of YouTube, two creators kind of really stand out for me. One, Nick could probably agree with what he'll probably say. Graham Stephan. He's like just really like one of the main reasons that really propelled me to like take it seriously was seeing the trajectory in his channel, and just like overall the quality that he was giving to the viewer was just like, it was unparalleled to like anything else that I saw. So I thought that there was like a very untapped market in that space. So I decided to like sort of pursue it as much as I can. So Graham was a really big guy, big and kind of like motivating me to kind of stick with it and come whatever might come, just sticking with it and seeing what I can do. And then number two, I don't know if you guys like follow like tech reviewers or anything like that, but MKBHD, Marquez Brownlee, he's a big like phone reviewer and like all this other stuff. He has like, I think 10 million subscribers or something like that. And he does like phone reviews and all this other stuff. And he graduated in 2015 to the college that I go to right now. So I've met him a few times, and it was like just really cool to like meet somebody so genuine. And I really got like why he grew so quickly and so fast. So Marquez was also pretty big there. So those are my two like YouTubers, I guess, in terms of like financial kind of people that are not creators. Just going off of Tom's stuff, I would say I would probably just say like Ray Dalio and Warren Buffett. Those two guys, just like watching what they kind of do in the market has really impacted the way that I see the market, and it really has been phenomenal to like overall just my overall process and how I invest. So that was really one of the pivotal people to kind of influence that. So
nice. How about you, Nick?
Yeah, so I've definitely got to agree with you there, David, on Graham Stephan. He was probably one of the biggest, if not the biggest, influence in starting my channel. Basically, what he taught me was, like when you're impacting so many people and you're teaching so many people out there, say 50,000 people per day might watch your video. What's the potential of that? If you're trying to monetize the channel, for instance, and you're only looking at the money aspect, if you can monetize $1 per viewer, I mean, it's just unbelievable in terms of like the financial aspect, but also in the fact that you can be a teacher and you're able to engage with all of these people.
Right.
Pretty insane. So yeah, exactly what you said, David. Another one is Gary Vee. So he's very adamant and strong in his views. And I think that he's really persuaded me to go more towards social media and try and build an online business in that type of avenue. So I respect Gary Vee, despite some of the stuff that he might say. But yeah, I think Gary Vee, Graham Stephan, and then on the stock specific side, I would have to say Financial Education Jeremy. He's also been a huge influence. I've seen that guy. He's been building up his channel for probably the past 6 years. He's been posting videos. I don't know if you guys know, but yeah, I think he's come a long way and definitely built up his channel. And yeah, that's what I would.
If I could ask just a small question, I watch some of his content, but I get confused with financial education, and you're probably a great person to ask, Nick, as like a great value investor and all that. Like he's trying to like invest in like dividends, but like he's so obsessed with like retail, like. I feel like a dividend growth investor, like where's like Johnson & Johnson, like his portfolio seems to really be missing things, and people pay him money to hear his like opinions. Like and to me, it's like you can look at like a Gen X dividend portfolio and like learn a lot more than for free. Like, do you see any flaws with his investing strategy?
Yeah, I don't agree with quite a few of the picks that he has. Like you were saying, a lot of the retail companies are more subject to stock price fluctuations in a recession. So not sure if I would be that willing to buy into a company that sells Kate Spade right now. I think that was one of the companies that he was talking about. And then, yeah, more recession non-resilient companies, if you know what I mean. So like, I think Jeremy, he's been talking about how Johnson & Johnson and Procter & Gamble and a lot of these companies are trading at much higher valuations when their earnings growth doesn't really hold up to those valuations, which I agree with to a certain extent, but it's also because these companies have been around for so long, and they're dividend aristocrats, and they've been paying dividends for so long. So
I had to get your opinion on that. I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, but like, it's just, I feel like he's like a guy that grew up in the mall, like, I'll invest in that company, Foot Locker, or I don't know. Anyways, but the next question I wanted to ask, and probably because this, with everyone around the world, I've been kind of just feeling just burnout and just in general personally. I want to see if you guys dealt with any burnout in YouTube and what are some good remedies that you've done to deal with it? And we'll start with Tom again here, and we'll bring it around. Tom, have you dealt with any kind of burnout with the YouTube journey?
Yeah, it's not so much with creating videos, but I think I watch a lot of other channels. And I think after a while, I think it was maybe around December timeframe, I did just take a break from watching videos. I mean, you want to watch videos, leave a comment and everything, but that takes a lot of time out of your day, and it just, you want to be up. Well, one of the higher ranking people to leave a comment, and so every once in a while I'll take a break. Sometimes, like even now, maybe either Saturday or Sunday, I won't spend as much time on YouTube, listening, and then that kind of gives me my little break right there. So.
Yeah, so you're taking the weekends to yourself more?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. Honestly, you can support all your friends out there, but especially you got kids and all that.
Yeah.
That takes some time. What about you, David? Have you dealt with any kind of burnout and any good remedies for it?
Yeah, that's a good question. So I would say in the past, I don't know how Graham does this, but he posts like 3 videos a week. And I tried that for a really long time. And I realized like that just doesn't like work when I'm trying to like run 18 credits a semester as well with college and stuff. So
Yeah, good luck.
that was so one of the things I kind of did to kind of remedy that a little bit would be instead of posting 3, I just post 1 a week and 1 like high impact video versus 3 like videos that were just I had to because I wanted to hit that goal. And then another thing, so just dialing back, but like keeping the quality or increasing the quality. And then also one thing that I do is I try and go to the gym as much as possible, and that's a really good stress reliever. So going to the gym is like one of those things that I do to like avoid burnout as much as I can. So yeah.
Good.
Right now, we can't go to the gym right now.
Yeah.
Home gyms.
Yeah. That's illegal.
No, from my house, in my room, I can do push-ups or sit-ups or something. Free,
Nice.
It's free gym.
Nice.
What about you?
Yeah, so I'm kind of on the same page with David. Like I can't believe how many videos Graham is able to post, and now with his second channel, it's like a high quality video almost every single day. It's blows my mind. But so starting out, I think I posted 1 video per week, and that was quite enough for me. Like I was putting a lot of time and effort into each video, and then I realized I was slacking off a little bit during the week. So I'd come home, I'd watch YouTube for a few hours, and then I realized like, in that time I could be working on a YouTube video, So then I've started trying to scale it up to about 2 videos per week. But I've noticed that's taking a lot away from like my social life and things like that. So I do work out as well. And right now is kind of a difficult time. I've just been doing a lot of stuff around the house, but also just getting out of the house and breathing in some fresh air, going for a walk around the neighborhood. I think that's a great way to kind of break some of the stress of YouTube and just get away altogether.
How's the weather in Alberta right now?
Say that again?
How's the weather in Alberta on those walks?
We're
You
sitting
guys still have snow up there?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you.
You still have snow?
Yeah, we have snow. It's about 0 degrees right now.
Oh boy.
But at night it's dropping down to -10 Celsius. So
Look at Tom. Oh boy, I don't want that down. Every one of Tom's videos, he's in the backyard by his pool. The sun's setting. We see a little bit of sweat sometimes. Like, come on.
It's not a pretty place up here.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. I mean, honestly, where Nick lives is so beautiful. We got the Rockies there. It really is gorgeous. But the winters can be tough there sometimes, though, right?
Yeah, there was a stretch for 2 weeks this winter where I went down to like -45 with wind chill. Literally on my birthday on January 16th, I looked at my phone and it was sitting at -40 degrees Celsius. And I think it's the same in Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. That's when you have to have your car plugged in, so otherwise it won't start.
Yeah.
That can be tough, eh?
You plug it in, and then you have to let it run for another 15 or 20 minutes. After that, it's,
just before you even start moving.
It's like you have no power steering, and then you have no power braking either for the next 30 minutes.
It creaks and crunches for the first little while. It's unbelievable. It's something cool to experience, though, but still, you don't want it all the time.
Yeah.
All right, so Gen X has got a quick question for all of us here.
Yeah, we'll start with Tom. Gen X is asking, what are you guys' favorite investment that you've done, and your least favorite investment? So we'll start with Tom on this one.
I'll answer in two parts, because one, I really like real estate investing, and so that's really want to put my future money into buy more real estate properties. But for stocks, I really like, I'm actually, some people don't like it, but I do. I chase after the high dividends, and then because I see it, you can invest in a smaller, lower paying dividend, but you're not really going to get as much out of it as compared to a higher dividend, because it'll take so much more for that lower dividend to match what that higher dividend pays. And then a lot of people may think it's risky, but you got to be willing to sell it when that time comes, if they decide to stop paying a dividend. And I had to do that a few times, but overall, I think it does well. And so for the lease, is really the low paying dividends. I'm not really a fan of those. I did pick up a couple recently, but I don't know, just maybe help balance out the portfolio. But I really I do chase the high dividends. I've always been like a high risk taker. Even when I was younger, I did the same thing. I chased the high yield investments. I chase after them, and I think it's done well for me. So
yeah, are you worried? Your videos, you were commenting, a few of your tips there were just like really high returns on the dividends. I thought, I like this guy. He likes to take the risk every so often. It's fantastic. It's like,
are you worried about? Are you worried about NRZ right now? That's one you're holding, right? NRZ stock.
Yeah.
Like 38% yield right now.
Yeah, Jose loves that.
I mean, a lot of those are just. I think it's crazy, and I think it'll come back to down to earth eventually, but hopefully sooner than later. But I mean, right now you just got to just enjoy it. I mean, life is short. You just really got to enjoy it, and make the most out of it. So
speed up the money making process.
Yeah.
So sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. What are your least favorite investments then?
It's really the low paying dividends, and then I'm not really a big fan of banks. Banks always, even after the last crash, I bought some. I bought Bank of America, JP Morgan, and right after the crash, and I saw the run up, and then when I made 100% out of those returns, I just sold them. And then even now, not really a big fan of them. Everything with that Wells Fargo going on, so you really can't trust those guys.
Yeah. Very cool. What about you, David? Favorite and least favorites?
Sure. So I mean, I usually just stick to like equities. I don't really go into like bonds or like real estate or anything else really right now. I'm pretty young, so I don't really have that much capital to like send off to like for real estate or anything like that in the future for sure. But like right now, just like equities. So in terms of stocks, I guess one of my favorite investments was probably Microsoft. I always kind of like to go into like into large cap companies just because I find that they're like the most fun to like. There's like a lot of news on them. It's very interesting. There's some smaller cap companies as well, but that I'm also interested in. But mostly just like large cap companies, S&P 500 companies, like Microsoft. I have a position in Microsoft right now, so that's good. So there's that. I also invested recently into Cisco Systems. So Cisco is also a pretty interesting company to take a look at with 5G and everything. So 5G is probably going to be a big kind of thing to drive stocks in the future. So yeah, those are kind of two of my favorite like investments, I guess, that I've made in this past like couple of months. And I guess some of my like least favorite types of investments. I decided to go into invest in like a utilities company called Dominion Energy. I'm sure you guys probably have heard of it. It's like ticker symbol like D or something like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like very slow moving, and like there's the beta of like those sorts of companies is a lot lower, so they're less volatile, and it's just like, I don't know. Dividend is another thing that like I think about, but it doesn't draw my like Verizon and AT&T. Like I don't make decision. I try and like get a capital appreciation in the stock itself, and dividends are just like the dessert. It doesn't drive the decision for me. It's something that it's nice, but it's not a deal breaker by any stretch. So Dominion was probably one of my least favorite in the past couple of months. So yeah.
Nice.
What about you, Nick? I think you like bank stocks.
Oh yeah. So I was going to say I agree with passive income Tom on the real estate, but I disagree with the bank stock things. But it's because of Canadian bank stocks that I'm more focused on. So I wouldn't want to invest in the JP Morgans or the Wells Fargo or the Bank of America, just because of their poor performance in the 2008 recession. That could repeat itself. Who knows? But I like Canadian banks because they're a super secure investment. They do have a really low beta, but I am primarily investing for that dividend, at least for the short term here. And then they've been increasing the dividends over time. And so along with that, they do have quite a lot of capital appreciation over time. It's slow growth, but I do like that. My investing style overall, though, would have to be a mix between value investing and dividend investing. So I try and do a combination of both. Like I'll buy dividend stocks on a discount to get that higher yield, and then you lock it in at that level. And so you're able to get that dividend, but also the capital appreciation whenever that dividend stock starts recovering. So that's the approach that I like to take. So my favorite would have to be Royal Bank of Canada, and then least favorite right now would probably have to be ExxonMobil. Sorry. So I ended up back in that one a few months ago and thought it was at an all-time low, and I was totally wrong. And it's gone down quite a lot, especially because, everything current, which I won't get into, but yeah.
Wow. All right. Great answers, guys. We'll get back to like your channels right now. So what is your, I'll grab the next question if that's okay, Ryan. What's your favorite thing about you guys working on your channel? What do you guys enjoy the most when you guys are working on your channels? That's you, Nick.
All right. My favorite part about creating a video has got to be creating the thumbnail. Is actually one of my favorite parts.
Really?
I think it's one of the parts where you can put in the most amount of creativity, but also in the creation of the video. So I would say thumbnail number one, and then second would probably be designing the video and actually filming the video itself.
Nice. David?
Yeah, I would say like overall in like terms of like videos and stuff, one of the things like I enjoy the most is like the comments, just seeing the comments. But that's like one of the things that like really is cool to see, like when you're done with a video and you post it and you're like trying to kind of interact with other people. That's always fun. Like when I construct a video, I guess the main kind of thing that really sticks is the like transitions and stuff, I guess I'll say. So making like a joke, or like throwing in a meme in there or something like that, or just like making it fun, just because that if you're enjoying it, I'm sure that whoever is watching is also going to enjoy the video. So that's sort of like what I like to do, and I'm a big fan of memes if anybody else is. So yeah, that's probably be for me.
Nice. How are you, Tom?
Probably the thumbnail as well, because it really makes you be creative and what you can try to do, and either you're going to take a picture or just find a stock photo, put in there, either whatever one, and then just got to make it look like it's going to work out, and then also try to name it as well. Naming your thumbnails versus the title of your video. So makes you do a little more research on it as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Totally.
Very cool.
All right.
The next question I had.
Tom, to add on to that point, it's like the thumbnail it's all about like it determines the performance of your video, like based on that initial click-through rate. And if you can design it really cool and add some pop-up text, then yeah, it can reward you very quickly for having a good thumbnail. So yeah, I totally agree with you.
Yeah. I want to let everyone know that all the channels are linked in the description below. Everyone who's watching, if you want to go over there and check out their channels and show those, every channel here is linked below, so you can go check out the channels below. And if everyone doesn't mind just hitting the thumbs up button, it helps this video reach a broader audience.
Yeah. Support one another, everybody. Support each other. Great community.
So, the next question is actually one of my favorites. If you guys could shout out like any 3 channels, and they don't necessarily need to be like a big channel, like a small channel that you watch and like wow, this guy is doing like really good content and like should have more viewers, or like I feel like not a lot of people know this person, or if you could shout out any 3 YouTubers, who would that be? And we'll start with Tom and give you a second about it. I know we all know so many YouTubers because we're in the community, but like any 3 that maybe deserve a little bit more love.
Let me take a pass right now. I'm trying to think.
Okay. Dave, you want to take a crack at it?
Sure. I guess one guy that comes to mind is Joseph Carlson. He makes like long form videos, but his videos are like those are like one of my go-to videos when I want to like get a markets update on something.
Yeah.
Like his videos are amazing. So I would say he's one of the guys that definitely deserves a lot more subscribers for the work that he's putting into his videos. So
how many do you think he's at right now, Dave?
I think he's like 80,000, 100,000 subscribers. I don't remember. I genuinely don't remember, but he definitely deserves to be like up there with like Graham, I would say, around there. So he's really good.
Nice. Anybody else?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, Dave. Still yours.
Yeah. I guess. No. Yeah. I guess that's gonna be me. Just Joseph.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
So there's this one guy that does really in-depth stock reviews. His name is Daniel Pronk. Have you guys seen his channel?
Not familiar.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet.
So I've watched a lot of his videos recently. Before the recent market crash, I think he was doing videos about cannabis stocks and companies like that. But recently he's been doing very in-depth reviews on a lot of undervalued companies. So I think he deserves more subscribers. He's done very good analyses. PPC.
How many subscribers Daniel have? How many?
Oh, he's got about 8,500.
Okay.
So yeah. And then PPC Ian also has a pretty awesome channel.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he makes longer videos, and maybe he hasn't grown as fast as others because his videos are just so long. But if you actually watch one of his videos, he provides so much value through them. So
yeah. I've loved. I mean, when I first like got into dividends, it was PPC, and like he was the Bible,
Yeah. Preaching the gospel.
Yeah. What about you, Tom?
Well, thanks, Dave, for the comment down below. But I actually like Kyle, passive income investor. He's got so much energy when he comes out on and does his videos, and it makes it entertaining somehow. And then he's got that. He's just got that knack,
He really does. Very entertaining.
Yeah. Anybody else?
I think Kyle, for a living, I think, is an entertainer, right? Like he does. I've heard him allude in his videos. Like I think he goes into corporations and like, is he like maybe not a clown's the right word, but like he does like some kind of entertainment shows with a comical comedian, and
he does like magic tricks.
Magic tricks. There it is.
Yeah.
There it is. He's very entertaining. Very entertaining.
Nice. So guys, what's the biggest thing that you guys have learned this past year about YouTube?
We want to start with that.
I really think anybody can do a YouTube channel. I mean, it just got to take gotta be dedicated. You be persistent. You know, because I've seen some people, they started their channels last year or maybe the year before, and then you don't see them after that. And so you've got to be really. It's got to be, if you want to make it serious, you know, you've got to be focused on whatever you're doing, and then just keep producing content. I mean, there's gonna be some days you're gonna be tired, you don't want to do it, but you just got to put something together and just get it out there for your audience, your fans, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, David?
I would say, just to like echo that sentiment, I would say to get into YouTube, or like to do it as like a thing, you shouldn't be doing it to get into it like for the money. It should be about the passion, and then the money will kind of come from that. It just like when you're doing it solely based to just like make the YouTube ad revenue or whatever it might be, you're gonna very quickly find out that it's not sustainable, and it's not gonna really turn out. I mean, people can kind of like keep it going for a long time, but I would say that it should be about the love, and then that's what it's all about. So that's what I would say. Just do it for the passion.
Yeah, good. Nick?
Yeah, definitely. I would agree with that. It's doing YouTube is basically having a second full-time job. I know the amount of hours that have gone into it is absolutely crazy. Some people would probably think like we're all just ridiculous for putting in all these hours, but like there's so many benefits to YouTube. I mean, the relationships that you build, the financial aspect, everything else, and just having a community that you can talk to and share your passion and basically build a career out of it. I think, yeah, that's what I've learned.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of looking backwards. If I could ask a question like looking forwards, like what would make you feel successful in a year from now? If you look back at your YouTube channel and if it like met X, Y criteria, like, or do you feel like you've already made it as a successful YouTuber? Like, so I guess my question is to be like, what would define you as a successful YouTuber? Like, what goal would you need to meet? And we'll start with Nick on that one.
I was still thinking through my answer.
Yeah, I know that's kind of a loaded question.
Anyone else want to start?
Sure, I'll start. Yeah, so for me, I would say to feel as though I was like successful and like through YouTube in like a year or so. A lot of you guys have already hit it, but 1,000 subscribers would be really great. Would be really fun, and yeah. So if I could hit 1,000 subscribers, that would be, I would deem it a success, and I would like keep going with it. But yeah, for now it's just like I'm trying to readjust or like balance everything so that I can really go full steam ahead with YouTube. With this, now that everyone's spending a lot of time at home, that definitely gives me a lot more time to kind of allocate towards YouTube videos. So I would say it's a blessing in disguise in some ways. So yeah.
Nice.
Anyone else want to crack at that?
All right. Yeah, just like Dustin mentioned here, he said I greatly underestimate the amount of work required when he started. You know, I did the same thing when I started. I underestimated how much. I thought I could make short videos and they'd be fine, but that really came back to hurt me because it hurt me on the watch hours. And so now I'm making a little bit longer videos. I'm also doing like 3 videos a week, and I think it really pays off now because now you're seeing your watch time going up, you're seeing your subscribers going up, and then I think you just got to find that rhythm of what works for you, and then you just make it work for you. So for me, it's, you know, I've hit 1,000 subscribers, but you know, my watch time, I'm behind on that. So I think I'll get that eventually, and then after that, I'm just, whatever happens. So
yeah.
Yep. Nick?
Yeah, so I've kind of been thinking about it, and it's kind of tough to put a subscriber number on being successful on YouTube because, you know, for every niche, there's a different amount of subscribers that maybe the top person might achieve. And there's always that next level to achieve. Like Graham Steph talks about, like, if you're making $1 million a year, then are you considered successful when you could be making $2 million a year, you know, that type of thing. So
yeah,
I think in terms of like having a community, if you have a community that you can interact with, I think that's a total success. But I think like one thing that I would eventually like to achieve is being able to make YouTube like a full-time thing for me, so I can focus, like dedicate my entire time to it.
Right.
So like to the point where eventually I could, leave a full-time job and just work on my community and work on an online business. I think that would be a success.
Nice.
You're gonna do it, man.
You're doing it, definitely. Have any of you guys had any negative comments yet? Nick, back to you.
Yeah, so I just made a community post last week that I noticed there were quite a few more dislikes and negative comments than usual, and it really surprised me because my content has relatively been the same throughout this entire process. But I think part of it has to do with the economy right now and not everything going too well.
So how'd you deal with them?
Oh, it was kind of tough. Well, I made that post, first of all, to try and get some feedback from everyone, to see like if there's something that I can improve on. And yeah, I got some feedback on that. So I'm obviously going to have to work on that. And yeah, dealing with it's always tough though. Like no one wants to hear negative things about them. And when you're on YouTube, you're in the spotlight from everyone. So
yeah, you're going to get it.
Yeah.
Did you respond to them or just ignore them?
Some of the negative comments I'll delete before they show, just to try and keep the comment section positive in general. Some of them I'll leave, kind of depending on the content of the comment.
Right.
Yeah. What about you guys?
David, how about you?
I've probably gotten a few, I guess, like over time, I guess, just based off of the amount of videos that I've posted. I think I've posted like 60 or so videos. So, but yeah, I mean, I would say overall, I don't really get too many negative comments, I guess. But I guess when I do get a negative comment, I usually just like shrug it off. I really loved like what Gary V said about this. I think he said something about along the lines of when somebody takes the time out of their day to like comment something about negative about you, just imagine like what they might be going through, and you should be feeling sorry for them because they're doing that. So I would just say to like shrug it off. It's the internet. It should be expected that this might happen when you're, I guess, starting out in YouTube. There's always going to be those types of people. So I would just say, hey, it's whatever. It doesn't matter, and just move forward. So yeah.
Yeah. Good. Tom?
Yeah, it's a good question, because I was reviewing one of my videos just this morning. I was commenting back on what people responded to. Somebody left a comment. He's like, well, maybe you wouldn't have coughed, you'd probably have more subscribers. And I was thinking about that for a while. Before I even responded back to him, I'd answer other people's questions and comments, and then I get back to his, and I was thinking either I could delete it, or I could ignore it, or I could just respond back to him. So I responded back to him. I said, yeah, thanks. And then I think I wrote down, yeah, I thought I tried to edit it out. Maybe didn't catch it when I was editing it. And then I just let it go like that. And this is coming from a guy, he only had like 3 subscribers himself. And so it's really, some people are always going to make a comment about you, good or bad. But I always tell, even like my wife, she always gets a lot of, she works in the administration, in the teaching field. And she always gets a lot of, dealing with people she works with and everything. So I always talk to her about it. You got to look at the President of the United States. He has over 50% of the people hate him, That's millions of people. I mean, that's what you got to look at it. If the President of the United States gets that much hate, and we can't deal with 1 or 2 people hating us, then it's that's really nothing.
Yeah.
I've always heard a great quote. It's, if you want a job where you're making everyone happy, go be an ice cream man.
Yeah. That's a good one.
You're not gonna be an ice cream man, or you're not gonna make everyone happy. But guys,
Yeah.
we're about an hour in, and me and Rick kind of talked about this before. Just opening up the floor to the dialogue. With the elephant in the room everyone's dealing with right now, and I'll kind of personally share that it's been really tough for me going through the whole economic shutdown, and I just want to hear other feedback from other people, any kind of useful tips. My business has been pretty much shut down. I'm down 90%, and it's tough. And I think it being the personal finance community is really important to talk about because the emergency fund's so important right now, and just dealing with I'm relatively young and had relative success in business, and this is the first time it's a big gut punch, but I want to hear your guys' feedback. Are you dealing with anything or any kind of suggestions and tips for other people that may be watching or watch this on replay? And we'll start with Tom on that one.
Okay. Since I've been investing a little bit longer, this is almost like round two for me because I was going through the 2008 crash, and for me that was pretty tough. It's not so much your stocks going down, but I had real estate going on as well. And I think my wife, she just gave birth to our second child at the same time, and then one of my rentals, we couldn't find a renter in there, and so that money's coming out of my emergency fund to pay for that property. And then it took almost a year to get somebody in there because we kept playing around with the numbers for the rent, and just the location where that was. It was really tough at that point. And then so this time around, I could see that we're getting closer to a recession, or the market correcting eventually. So I had a little more money saved up, plus that one rental I was just talking about. That one's paid off. So if that one went vacant, I'd still be fine because it's already paid for. Yeah. So you got to make, even come out of this one, you got to see what are you doing right, what are you doing wrong, and then how's that going to prepare you for the next time around, because you're going to see the same thing again. It could be 8 or 10 years down the road. So
yeah. Are you being affected by this one, Tom, or is everything okay so far?
No, everything's okay so far. I just worry about the renters. They passed that law saying that if you lose your job, you can you don't have to pay your rent. And then same thing with your mortgage company. That it's the same thing. But I don't know. I worry about my tenants. Are they going to be fine, or are they going to get laid off from their job? Or so it's really, you just got to really wait and see. You just got to give it another month or two and see what happens.
Yeah, I've already been hit twice on 2 of our units already.
Oh, really?
2 out of 9. Yeah. So one of them was vacant about a month and a half ago, and we just can't have any walkthroughs right now, obviously. And then number 2 is that we've, one of our tenants just lost their job late last week, and that's the one that's one of the 5 that's in Phoenix. And so my partner and I spoke about it, and you know what, we're fine. She's been a great tenant. We're just going to let her stay, and that's great. No pressure, no nothing. So
awesome.
It's helping out at this point, right? You just got to help one another, and only money at the end of it all.
One of my clients has 18 restaurants. He let go of 650 people, and but he turned one of his restaurants into a soup kitchen, just so if you're in the industry, you can come by and get a free meal. And that's the best he can do for people, just provide them food. Like you can come if you prove you got laid off. I'll feed you one meal per breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
That's awesome.
Pretty crazy. What about you, Dave? Are you seeing any effects from this? You're in college, so you're probably, doing school from home, or what's going on with you, bud?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I live in I rent. So I rent in Hoboken, New Jersey, which is right across from the city, from New York. So, thankfully for me, I haven't really experienced I haven't really experienced anything too dramatic yet. I am I am doing an internship right now as well. So that internship has also kind of gone fully remote, which is interesting. But yeah, overall for me, I haven't really experienced anything too bad. And the thing that's kind of I didn't really experience 2008 too strongly because I was 8 or 9 years old. But for me overall, I would just I think that in the grand scheme of things, this is a small blip in a long tail, I guess. So I guess everything will recover eventually, and I think this is everything will be hopefully stronger and stronger for it. I would say with everything. So this is really testing our flexibility, and we'll be more nimble for that. So just I just think it's a good thing at the end of the day for everybody. That's in some ways. So yeah.
What about you, Nick?
Yeah, so I am definitely getting affected as well. Right now I'm working from home, so I've got a job. I've got a fairly secure job, so I'm not too worried about that. But investments are down. I started investing about a year and a half ago, so really there's not much you can do. If you started investing in the past 2 years, you're probably going to be in the red right now. That's the way that I see it. But I think overall it's going to be a solid learning experience, and I'm glad that we're able to experience it at this young of an age. I think that, like I've learned so much about having the importance of having an emergency fund and a cash reserve, and also the emotions that get involved in a recession. And so I think coming out of this, we'll be a lot better off for the next one, and it'll definitely change our investing portfolios, I think, as well.
Yeah.
We have 2
questions from below. The first one is Gen X, asking if anyone here has experience with Google ads or Facebook ads to drive traffic. What happened? What did you learn? I think, Nick, we talked about this briefly, but we'll start with you since you did mention it, and then we'll have everyone else see if they have any experience with advertising on those platforms.
Yeah, so I used Google Ads a little bit at the start of my channel, trying to build up the viewership and everything. But I didn't really find it too effective. I only gained maybe 30 views for $5. Like, you're going to pay quite a lot for Google Ads. So I think the best way to do it is organic growth, in my opinion.
Yeah. David?
Yeah, no, I've talked to like a lot of my friends, kind of, because some of my friends also have like YouTube channels from school. I go to like Stevens in Hoboken. It's like an engineering kind of school. So there's that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I've never really used Google Ads. I have seen some people have had really good results. It just depends on like the how you set up the campaign itself. But yeah, I haven't really used Google Ads or Facebook ads for that matter. So yeah.
Okay. Tom?
Yeah, same for me. I haven't really used the Google ads or Facebook ads for driving traffic. So
yeah, I got to say, I've had a lot of success with Facebook ads, not for YouTube, but my dad has a mobile marine mechanic business here in South Florida, and I just added a 25-mile radius of where he lives, and $1 a day on Facebook, like $30-40 a month, brings in thousands of dollars of profit. The rate of return is insanely good for Facebook ads, at least for some niche businesses. It doesn't work as well for everything. But one other thing I had success with Facebook is, for example, like my Robinhood videos I do, they get like over 500 views on average, sometimes 1,000 or more. I take those videos and I group share them to either Robinhood investor groups. If you search for Facebook groups, you can like people that really want to see what a stock portfolio looks like, just shove it in there, and that has a lot of success. You don't need to pay anything; you just need to group share it. So that's my experience. So, another question here from he's actually a friend of mine. He's actually one of my manufacturers, George. He's asking, when do you guys think see the recovering starting September or 2021? So I think he's referring to the recession. How quickly do you guys see a recession going? You see it going into late summer, or do we have to wait till next year to come out of this thing? We'll start with Tom on that one.
I honestly think it'll still be a while, because this is not like the last crash. Because this one is really, we got to someone's got to come up with a cure for the CV. Once that's determined, that'll set everything. It'll change everything back to normal. I think the unemployment's going to get really hit hard, and that's really going to hit the market pretty soon. So, I mean, when the stock market took off today, that just I don't know what happened. It should have gone down.
Yeah.
Everyone's hoping for a red day today. No
What
kidding.
happened?
What happened? I don't know. What do you guys think? There's another question for you after Tom answers this one. There's the next question.
Yeah. So I guess in my view, I guess it really just depends on like everybody trying to like flatten the curve in terms of the COVID-19. So if that doesn't become worse and worse over time, it won't take as long to like recover, which is why I think everyone should just like stay indoors as much as possible. It really affects in multiple kind of ways. So I would say if I had to give like a target date, I would probably say like early 2021, where we're like back to like business as usual, I guess. But in the next couple of months, it's going to be very volatile, very I would probably a downtrend overall. So with COVID-19, it seems to be that at least right now through the data, that the U.S. Is probably like 2 weeks behind Italy right now in terms of overall the rate of like people getting the virus. So that's going to really impact the equity markets, and I would say that it's this like upward trend that we see in the past 2 days is just based off the stimulus package that we saw that's being passed right now, the relief plan for the $2 trillion or whatever, and it was more of a mechanical kind of gain than it was based off of fundamentals or sentiment or just overall what it's looking like. So in the next couple of months, it's going to definitely be worse before it gets better. So yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that, David. I think right now we're kind of seeing what I've read is a dead cat bounce. So basically, the cat's going to bounce and then fall even further. Like, I don't really see how things could recover so quickly in the short term. There's a lot more negative news to come in terms of job reports, unemployment, GDP growth, everything like that. So I think really we're going to get some indication when those numbers come out. So who knows, if the numbers aren't that bad, then maybe we could see a reversal in September. Otherwise, it's probably going to end up leading to a recession, which I think is 2 quarters of GDP slowing. Is that right?
Yeah.
Either slowing or negative growth, right?
Negative growth, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, I agree with David. I think that was just a reaction to the stimulus plan that the U.S. So obviously, being Nick and I being Canadian and whatnot, it's very, very similar for stimulating the economy. What our Prime Minister Trudeau brought out recently, and what was ours exactly? I think it's $2,000 if you sign up for EI. It's $2,000 a month for pretty much as long as this is going to last, right?
Oh, is it?
I'm sorry?
I'm not totally sure what it was.
Yeah.
2,000 in Canada?
Yeah, I think it was $2,000 per month for people that want to go into unemployment. So, yeah, I think I'm going to see the markets. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. Definitely.
I think I'm probably with this Dave comment here, that I think on Monday, it was kind of when the market is forward thinking. Like the smart money left the market before all this happened. It was a 38% decline. But then we kind of understood there's going to be, I feel like smart money understands large layoffs. The government isn't taking action. We're getting some kind of dates. Like the systemic risk has been kind of understood. Like we so how much of that sell-off was pricing in what we're seeing now? You know what I mean? Like, does that make any sense? Like the market isn't pricing in today, like Dave's saying, is pricing in what's going to happen. The market is a forward-thinking machine. So I don't know. I have a funny feeling that we'll retest the bottom, but I think on Monday we saw the bottom. That's just my opinion. But where did he go?
Oh, we lost Nick.
I mean, 38%.
Snow got him. The Calgary snow got him.
Oh man.
He'll be back. He'll be back.
Hopefully.
Yeah, we're coming on. What are we coming on to here? Almost
an hour 15. But maybe we should just. I mean, if you guys want to keep talking about this, I think because we're just in such unique times right now with the coronavirus and obviously with what's going on in the economies, it's unbelievable, right? And I think Nick can shed a lot more, information about our Canadian economy if you guys like to hear that. And also, I'd love to hear more about you guys in the US and whatnot. But hey, if you guys have got stuff going on tonight, we can cut this short. It's up to you guys. And if everybody in the live stream wants to carry on with their questions about or their comments on what's going on right now, there's such interesting times right now. It's remarkable. Hey, Nick.
Hey, sorry guys, my computer died.
No worries. So Ryan, I'll let you lead on that then. If you want to carry it on, it's on your channel tonight, so it's up to you, buddy.
Yeah.
And you guys.
Yeah, we're kind of in the wrapping up era here, the wrapping up part of the show. But yeah, I guess what is the Canadian? I guess since we have two Canadians here, is the Canadian perspective different from this, or we're all in this together, right? Are you guys seeing?
We're all in this together.
Yeah. I mean, you can't run away from this.
No,
it is definitely historical times. Like I can't find anyone that can remotely recall anything like this. Like usually, like when there's a recession, the economy goes bad. Like you can like kind of figure out a way through it, or like there's still some business to do. Like doing business right now is like illegal. Like that, like I can't recall that ever being the case. I mean, unless you're like in a dictator economy.
Yeah, that's a bit of a feeling out there right now, isn't it? That's a good point, Ryan.
Like it's not even your fault. You're going down, and you can't even swing back to fight back at it. Like that's how I feel right now. But yeah, I guess I want to read Logical Finance here. He always has real good input. My theory is the blowout unemployment number means more people will be at home and the virus passes quicker. So maybe do they want massive unemployment? Is that something that why they're doing this? I mean, any other takes on this situation and how we cure it and when we flatten the curve? Any predictions on that?
Yeah, guys, let's start off with Tom this time. Let's hear your viewpoint on that.
Yeah, just one of what I've seen and read. I think it's the whole idea of having people stay home. That's to help flatten the curve. It's going to help prevent the virus spreading, even though it keeps spreading for some reason. I guess some people aren't following that law rule, and they're doing their own thing still. And then it's gonna. I mean, even where I live, I think we've hit 18. We're still at low numbers pretty much, but it's slowly growing. And then, from what I've seen, a lot of people were getting that because they traveled from another city or out of country, and they came back here, and so that's how they have it.
Yeah.
So, guys, I just scrolled up just quickly, guys. Here, Nick, this is for I guess this is what's happening in Canada right now. We just surpassed 4,000 cases. We're at 4,018. As of 6 o'clock tonight. And so here are the number of people patients that have been tested in Canada is 161,600. And the positive results from that is 3,866. And total negative is 145,000. Right? So I don't know what the numbers are currently right now in the US. But I mean, like I said, we just passed 4,000, and that for us,
I think
36 million.
I've read up a lot on how basically they're not testing a lot of people to start with, and so for every person that has been tested and been confirmed to have the virus, there's probably about 25 to 50 others that haven't been tested and that actually have the virus.
Are you kidding?
Like, That's what I read, yeah. And so like
we are still
for that reason alone, and just the incubation period being so long, like it's so transmissible, we don't really have a choice but to stay home. I think washing your hands is good, but if it can pass through the air, you know, and someone breathes on you and you get the virus, then yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that means we're probably really at the beginning of stages of the curve, right? More than we realize. Jeez.
Yeah. What do you think, David?
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Sorry.
Yeah.
A while ago. Sorry.
Just overall, your thoughts on how we flatten the curve, and you know, when do we see the other side of this? Is it possible? You're kind of in the heart of it, Hoboken's like the sixth borough of New York City. I feel like. How were things over there? I mean, you guys were kind of shut down first, and do you think you guys are doing enough to flatten the curve?
Yeah. So the mayor of Hoboken, he like pretty quickly kind of did the whole 8 o'clock shutdown for businesses and only going outside if you have to buy food. You can't go to like actual restaurants and like dine in. It's all takeout. So I think they're they have moved kind of swiftly, but I don't know. It seems to me that a lot of people, especially in my age group, I get a lot of like texts from friends and stuff think that they're like that the virus won't like they're it's unbeat, like you can go outside, it doesn't matter, like that we're invincible or whatever, since a lot of people state the whole thing about this only really affecting people that are over 60 years old or whatever. So anybody like in their 20s, like it doesn't really matter much. So I think a lot of people in Hoboken specifically, with it being a bit younger and the young professionals kind of age range, have been outside, but at the same time, there it has been pretty quiet. So I would just say people just are mostly like walking their dogs and stuff, and not really kind of talking with other people. It's more a lot of the social distancing kind of thing that everybody should be doing. Yeah, I mean it's tough, but again, like you guys said, it's gonna get worse before it gets better. So it's gonna keep spreading. So
crazy story. I have my dad's cousin lives in Spain, and we used to actually be close, but he kind of got into some bad business and fled the country to go to Spain. He's actually currently has the virus and is in critical condition right now. He's in his late 50s, so it is real. I mean, I think he has some kind of other issue with some kind of blood. I don't know. We're not as close. There was an issue with family years ago, but it's crazy that the pandemic. Like when you first hear about some people having it, and then like when it starts hitting home, it's pretty insane.
So Dan just posted. Oh wow, that's wow. Dan just posted the numbers here. So, yeah, there you go. Those are the numbers of some of the countries right now.
Dan's been one of the early ones to this. I should have listened to him earlier. I was watching the speech that Bill Gates did 4 years ago, which is, if you watch it now, it's really eerie to listen to. He talks about like how Ebola spread, and it wasn't at risk of spreading so large because people felt so bad right after they got it, they weren't going to go anywhere. But he said there could be a disease one day when people have it and they still go to the grocery store, they still go. And 4 years ago, he sounds like a prophet in a way, or someone doing that. So it's now viral. It's like 20 million views on YouTube.
That's crazy.
It's insane.
Well, something like this just shows how unprepared our society really is for something like this. All of the healthcare systems are, we're only built for a certain capacity. Now that something like this is happening, we're totally struck by shock, and we have to flatten the curve. But yeah, like imagine if we had something like the coronavirus, but it was way more deadly. I mean, that could wipe out humanity.
Yeah. That's one thing the president did say today. He said, at least in the future we'll have more prepared supplies. Everything that we're building now, we're going to be more prepared for if the system gets smacked with everything. Because I don't think people are as fearful of the virus. They're as fearful as to run on the medical system, because the medical system is only designed to take care of about 0.2% of the population. And if we don't flatten the curve, our medical system is going to fall apart.
Yeah.
That's my understanding.
Definitely. Hang on, Jen. Next question for you guys. We'll probably start wrapping it up pretty soon.
Yeah. Gen X asking, have you guys calculated your estimated annual YouTube and income relative to your number of subs, or subs to the view to the income? Like $1 per sub a year, 75 cents sub a year. I know. Tom, are you monetized? You're almost monetized? Tom?
No, probably. No, I'm not there yet.
Yeah. Gotta be close. You just need the watch hours though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the
So
hard part.
everybody go and watch Tom's channel. Go and watch
Yeah.
a few.
I'll go watch one of your videos.
Everybody's watching right now. Go to his channel and just turn them on and just sit there and watch. Or if you got to go to the washroom, walk away. Just let it keep running.
There we go.
Replay, baby.
Replay, baby. Replay. Good. Get a playlist. All the way through for an hour.
Refresh.
Yeah.
Let's help Tom out. He was one of the first guys that I subscribed to.
Yeah.
It's like my top 10 guys. This guy's
Yeah.
Do you have an algorithm that helps you understand how much money you expect to make? Or any to answer Gen X's question there?
You're asking me?
Yeah.
I've never calculated that ratio you're talking about.
Right.
I've kind of just looked at the CPM, but that would be interesting. Maybe I can get back to you and do a quick calculation.
Yeah. Jen always has a complex question. Like, have you guys thought about it this way? Well, if you look at his videos, they're so in depth, like the way he looks at, I guess anything. But yeah. Well, all right. So guys, we'll just kind of round it out. Let you guys kind of any last words. If anyone's here that's not subscribed to your channel, or anyone's watching this on the replay, any final words? We'll start with
any closing remarks you want to shoot out there.
We'll start with you, David.
Okay, yeah, sure. Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. I would say go subscribe to my channel if you guys are interested in like investing and stuff like that. I try and kind of implement as much as possible through what I'm learning in school and what I'm learning through my personal kind of investing journey. I'm gonna start like really hunkering down again and start like posting consistently. In the past month, things have been up in the air, really, I guess. So I didn't want to post videos that I wouldn't like to watch. So definitely, if you guys are interested, are also like passionate about investing in the stock market, specifically, definitely go check me out. I also post like self-development or like personal development videos as well. So a lot of videos on like reading different books that I'm really getting into. Taking cold showers, that sort of thing too. I'm also big into. So if you guys are into that as well, definitely go take a gander. But that's all for me, I guess.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Quick question for you, David. Do you watch Matt Diavella?
Yes, I do. I also watch.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I love that guy.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's cool.
All right, Tom. Closing remarks, brother.
Okay. No, I think it's a really good community, a really good group. It's so weird. You can be on different social media channels, but I don't think you get the same feeling you do as you do on YouTube, because it's, because people will comment on your videos and everything. You respond back to them, and vice versa. You watch their videos, and you really get a connection, even though you don't really see them. Like you're walking across the street with them, but you can see them, get to hear what they're talking about and going through, and different investing ideas or whatever it may be. So it's I think it's a really good community, a really good group. And if you haven't, it's Passive Income Tom, pretty simple, easy to find. And yeah, that's really all I got.
Awesome. Thanks for joining tonight. We appreciate it.
Great.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. Really appreciate this. It's been an awesome time meeting you guys, and it's actually been my first live stream with other financial YouTubers, period. So really happy to be a part of it. If you guys feel like subscribing to my channel, it's Investing Engineered. I post personal finance and stock analysis videos all the time. So yeah, definitely check it out, and smash the like button on Ryan's video here.
Yep. Check it out down below. So
Yeah, they're all there, guys. So
Rick, any last words, Rick?
No, hey, everybody stay safe. Don't touch your face like what I'm doing or done 5,000 times throughout this stream. I'm an example of what not to do. Do the 6 feet away. Just everybody stay safe. But most importantly, you look out for other people, right? So anybody else in your community, your friends, your family that can, use some help. These are really strange days that we're going through right now, guys. So I think right now it's like all the more reason for us to like stick together as humans and help one another and look out for one another. So stay close and stay safe. Okay.
Absolutely.
And thanks for joining us, guys. Really appreciate it, as always. Thank you, the three of you.
Until next time. Take care.
Yeah, don't you guys take off
Thank
anywhere. Thanks, everyone. Have a good night.
Awesome.
See you guys.
Thanks for having me. All right. Bye.
See ya.